So we are, well, I'm just moving the truck, but I don't know if you can hear that. I'll go to the other side's actually a little worse. See if I can pick up on the mic. Try to get close. So we need to tighten these bearings up, and I'll move the light a little bit so we can all see. Yeah. Oh, sorry. So what we have to do, all right, so first off, I just want to say I apologize for the long brake pad replacement on the other side, because once when I knew what I needed to do and whatnot, I went on the other side, and that took me less than 30 minutes because I went and actually had to replace a battery, and I got something to drink and came back to the shop. So it took me actually less than 30 minutes. But that's what happens when you actually have all the right tools you need and know what to do. And the other side actually went a lot smoother. So I was happy about that. So now we got to tighten up these bearings. And you may ask why I don't take this off and repack it. As I mentioned before, the front pads on this van is getting pretty low. He has a little while left. It would probably pass inspection today if he took it in. But the fact of the matter is, too, is his rotors are pretty bad. One of them is real bad. I think it's the passenger side. It might be this. I don't know. But one of them was pretty bad. And it's a whole assembly. So the way I look at it, there's no point in taking it off, repacking it, and then I don't have the seal. I'd have to go get a new bearing seal. And so hopefully this is just a way to kind of save him some money in the front end until he can, get this thing on the road and start making a little money with it. So what we're going to do is we're just going to tighten the bearings up and hope that, I forgot how messy this job is. I need like a, there we go. I'll just set everything here. Let me get a towel. So basically it's an effort to kind of help him out. He just had to move, him and his family had to move to a new place. So he's not exactly filled with money right now, and he works hard, has his own business he's trying to do. So I get it. And the fact of the matter is, like I said, he's going to have to replace these brakes and rotors when he needs brakes. So to me, it's honestly no point in doing all that. Hopefully we can tighten these bearings up a bit, get this play out, at least a lot of it, and do him a favor, essentially. What else do I need? I need to figure out what size that is. I forget. What does that look like? I don't know. I don't think I do. And plus, this is definitely not that small. Let's go up to a 25. After I did the brakes, the rear brakes, I took a little break. I went to research the procedure. It's too big. And I found a little bit of some conflicting stuff. I imagine it's the same with all E series, except for maybe like a 350. I don't know if a 250 is a dually in the back, but what I do know is it seems like all the E series has the same front bearing assembly. What's this, a 32? It's a 30. So it's not a 25, it's not a 30. What about a 26? Man, what in the world could this be? There's a 28. I don't think I have a 27, but we're not putting a lot of torque on it. So I think that might be what we have to use. This is what, like a 32? No, that's another 30. So yeah, daggone. There's a lot of just miscellaneous size things I need, socket wise, wrench size wise. A 27. I might have a 27, but it's not going to be in a half or a quarter. It's going to be in like the inch size. Let me see if I have something in standard. Sorry, I should have did this before. I don't know. What is this? This is a 1 1/8. This is 11/16. I don't know if any of these are going to work, but I'll try it. No, that's way too loose. Oh yeah, that actually works a lot better. So 11/16 is the perfect size. And it's a 6-point, so I feel happy about that. I don't like using 12 points unless it's an actual 12-point head. I think I've talked about that almost to death in another video, but it's just when I was younger, I used to not care. You know, in fact, I didn't even really know, the point of having a 12 or a 6-point. Then I got more into it, got older, and realized there is a purpose. What am I doing? Oh. So that's my whole spiel. And I would round out a lot of bolts because I just didn't know. All right. And this is a pretty simple procedure. Oh, that's what I wanted to say. So I took some time, took a little break, and I went on the internet and was trying to find out a procedure. Like I said, I found a little information, and I seem to remember that a lot with that E350 I randomly work on sometimes. And like I said, I'm pretty sure they're all the same as far as the E series. I imagine the F series is the same too. As if you got a adjustable wheel bearing, not the ones that have the locking nut. Those are one-time use nuts, and they go on at like almost 300 foot-pounds. But anyway, I went on the internet looking, and I was like, well, I got some contradictory things, but the one that I liked was the one that I remembered. And I was like, you know what? I think I actually have a Haynes manual. I don't buy Haynes manuals much anymore because, the internet is just faster and easier. It's in your pocket. It's in your hands. But I was lucky enough. I did have a Haynes manual for full-size Ford vans for E-Series. And the information it has here for the front wheel bearing readjustment is the same as basically I was going to follow. Step 1 is to tighten it to 17 to 25 foot-pounds. You back it off half a turn. Then you tighten it to 22 to 25 inch-pounds. So I should have got all this prepared, but when I get everything set up, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. All right, let's see. We got the torque wrench. Well, we got the foot-pound, the foot torque, and then we got the inch. Where are we at? Step 3, 22 to 25 inch-pounds. So I will just go 23, try to cut it in half. I really would love a digital torque wrench. Okay, so we're going past. So that must be 25. We'll go 24. We'll just stay at 24. Because I have a feeling these are probably the original bearings, so they might need to be tightened up just a little bit more than normal. Yeah, where's my paper towel, shop rag, whatever you want to call it, just so I can see where the cotter pin hole is. Because from what I remember is if the cotter pin hole doesn't line up, these are actually a little different. Same theory, same process, but these are a little different. On the E350 that I've worked on, it was a castle nut, and it had this weird like ring. It literally looked like this. It was like almost a semicircle, and then it had a prong, and then it would sit in, and then it would have, I believe, the cotter nut would go in between the castle nut somewhere, and if the castle nut didn't line with the hole, you had to just back it off just enough to put the cotter pin in. This one is a little different though. And I wish I would have saved that place. No, I guess it doesn't matter because it's not a castle nut like the other one. So, all right, well, now how you do it? Sometimes I do it without the wheel. Sometimes I do it with the wheel. What you want to do is here. Let me see if I can back you up just a little bit. What we'll do is we'll spin it. You can hear the brake scraping on the rotor just because we. All right, so now we've basically kind of, we've loosened the nut up, and now we're kind of just giving the bearing some free play. All right, so let's get our foot torque wrench to 17 to 25 foot-pounds. Wish I could. I need to clean my shop up so bad. I can't wait till the weather gets a little better and I start getting paid for some of these jobs. I got quite a few jobs that I need to get paid for. I need to start organizing this place up so I can have some room. I'd love to have my bench back. I've had this bench all cluttered up for years. So we're going to go to 17. Oh, see, that's interesting. So be careful, guys. Oh, okay, I see what they're doing. So I don't know if all Haynes manuals does it or if it's just an older thing. I don't know when this book was made. I imagine in 2000 up to 2005 for the vehicle, obviously. But it says step 1, 17 to 25. Step 2, back off half turn. Step 3, 22 to 25 inch-pounds. They don't mention anywhere foot-pounds, but they do specifically put inch-pounds. Maybe they do that so people will obviously not get confused, because I see that a lot on forums as people will, write sequences to torque specs, and people get the inch-pounds and foot-pounds mixed up. So you got to always be careful. Pay attention when you need to torque something down. Always pay attention if it's foot-pounds or inch-pounds. If you don't know, go to the internet. You can get digital Haynes manuals now. I've never tried it, but I've heard about it. So 17 to 25, what did I figure a second ago? 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So we're going to go to 21, 22, 22, I think is what I said a second ago. Yeah, I really would love to have a digital torque wrench. Now I have, see, this is why I need to clean, oh, there it is. This is why I need to clean my bench off. It is just so cluttered. The whole shop is cluttered. I have like a section on a wall that just builds up with trash most of the time until I get fed up with it and then take it to the dump. So what you want to do is spin it while you're torquing it. It's a little hard. That's probably why. Okay, so there you go. We torqued it. Now we need to back it off a half turn. So I'll start from the bottom. That's the wrong way. So I won't start at the bottom. I'll start right there. That's a half turn. Oh, crap. I forgot. My inch pounds is... Oh, no, it's not. My bad. I'm thinking of the Pittsburgh ones, or the, what is it, 3/8 ratchet size. And then we're torquing this down to, what did we set it on? 24 inch pounds. I think we just hit it. What's going on here? This has always been a good torque wrench. Oh yeah, that's way too much here. I think we hit it and I overdid it. Here, let me just try it one time. It's a little hard because I got the wheel like rubbing against my hand. Oh yeah, that's why I'm not feeling it. Too busy. Oh, but we still have some play, huh? I'd check to see if it was a ball joint, but we will. Okay. So I don't know if maybe I just missed it, but I do see the top ball joint is bad on this side. Now that we got that tightened up, or at least to spec, I'm going to just double check this side. I called myself. See, that side doesn't move anymore. I mean, that side, I don't see the ball joints moving. But on this side, I can see the top ball joint moving. So let's just back it off again, since I torqued it down a little too much with the torque wrench. And we'll just do it again. Wish I would have saw that before. The ball joint. I was for sure I checked both of them. What are we doing? What are we doing? Get the torque wrench. All right. You know what would be smart? Is if I brought the tools to me, huh? Wouldn't it? I feel like I can hear people saying that. Like, why do you keep going back there? You said you needed a little table. Put your tools. Well, you'd be correct. You would be correct, good sirs and madams. All right, so we're going to loosen it half. And then we are going to tighten it. Right there. That was it. And that's all. That is all. That is all. Now, the real issue, I feel like, I can't remember what other vehicles has this design. I don't know if it's like the older Chevys that I'm thinking about. But anyway, we got this side done. We just gotta get this cotter pin back. I'm trying to keep it straight so I can get one end. I don't know why I smushed it the way I did, but just a habit, I guess. Oh, I didn't mean to put a little bend on it right there, but yes, I know you should always reuse cotter pins, but guess what? This isn't like a ball joint. It's not outside. It's covered in grease. I've seen them so weak where as soon as you start bending them, they'll break. Yeah, I know. But that's not what we're doing today. And I didn't film this because I wanted to see what type of style it was. And even though I looked at it, it didn't even click till I started recording and doing it. It is a little different compared to the one E series that I've worked on. This is just made out of, I imagine it's just, you know, I don't think, no, it can't be tin. It sounds and feels like tin, but it's just regular, oh God, I'm having a brain fart. Steel or something. I imagine it's steel. Yeah. All right, so let's go do the other side. And I'll double check that. I mean, that side, like I said, this side is the worst side. So maybe it could be a case where after we tightened it, could actually see the movement of the ball joint. Like, I'm curious to see if that's what will happen over here, basically. I could be wrong, you know. There's plenty of times where I have missed a ball joint because there's quite a few styles, and some of them, you know, and they all kind of take different ways to test them out. Oh, sorry. Trying to. There we go. All right. Oh, that's not good. You could have at least. Look what someone did. Someone left. They used, you know, they dented it in, which is fine. I've done that plenty of times too. But they didn't flatten it back out, or at least try. Like, I don't know. I'm not, you know, the most prolific, smart, fast mechanic, but I do take pride in my work, and everyone should take pride in their work. Even if you work at a place that you don't like. I've worked at a few places that I didn't like, but I always took pride in what I did. You know, I didn't do anything or leave anything that would have been bad. I might have been like a little lazy or kind of went the shortcut route, but at least, because what I'm getting at is water could get in here. Man, did I move y'all by accident? Not really, but I do. Now I got the stupid thing on you. There you go. So water could potentially get in this vent area. I'm trying to reuse it, but there we go. Now you just got to kind of work around. Just take pride in your work, guys. You know, like I said, no matter where you are. I mean, even though I dented this in a little bit more, I'm going to flatten this back out. But, I mean, I just don't get it. Some people just don't care. Oh, let me see. Now, I've usually been a pretty loyal person as far as jobs. Man, this cotter pin is pretty hard and thick. No pun intended. think I got a few other cotter pins, but I really need to get myself a set. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. Oh yeah, this thing is all jacked up. Makes me wonder if this side is the way loose side, and even if I was wrong with the other side not being the wheel bearing, kind of wonder why someone was in here. Why is it this loose compared to the other side? Did somebody not do the torque right? Did somebody not do the procedure right? Man, it's looking like an amateur today. Yeah, this thing. Let me see if I got a different cotter pin. I mean, I know I do. I just want to make sure I got. Yeah, that could work. Because I'm thinking about snipping these. They are. They are as bad as a whatever that saying is about a wiffle ball bat. Somebody really just. Alright, here we go. I think we're getting somewhere. Yeah, there you go. Try to flatten that out before I put it back in. Alright, we'll take our little castle locking nut off. Yeah, I can tell this side is a little drier. Could definitely use a repacking, but we're just going to go with it because of previously said things. Huh. Oh, okay. I don't know, it just felt weird. Okay. So we're going to start with the foot-pounds. Oh, yeah. See that? Oh, yeah, that was actually really loose. Like I said, I could have been very wrong with the other side. I swear I called myself checking it. Okay. Oh, wrong side. In fact, I like using my left hand for doing the important things. Alright. We will loosen it 1/2 turn. And now we will tighten it to, what do we have, 24 inch-pounds? Right there. Oh, yeah. No more play, ladies and gentlemen. So that's good. Man, but it still needs a ball joint. Still needs a ball joint. Try to get this set up where the hole is. Man, I know a lot of mechanics I watch, they complain about the smell of old diff fluid and whatnot. One thing I can't stand is getting grease everywhere. I had a cotter pin, but I think we'll just try to Flatten this one out. Hopefully. Oh. All right. Looks a little more straight, don't you think? Hmm?
All them cars back.
Yeah, I gotta put them back. Took him out thinking maybe he would take it with him, so because he needs at least 3 tires, but he likes those tires, that one tire on the back. He likes that look. So
Well, you let him buy a car.
yeah.
Yeah.
Now he says he's got some place that he buys used tires. So let him. Oh, he bought this from a guy that did that.
Oh.
But it's not a bad van. It just hadn't been taken care of very well. Shockingly, it's not in worse shape.
You both finished with it?
Well, I was, but I found out I thought both the wheel bearings needed to be tightened up. I mean, maybe the other side needed it, but the other side needs a ball joint. This side actually needed tightened up. It worked out real good. Get all this grease off of me. All right. Just getting this grease off my tools. Actually, I need the hammer. You just hammer it back on, going in a circle. And once when you hear that sound difference, you know, you're done. It's metal hitting metal. You seated it. Couldn't really get that hump or the dip out of the lip here, but I was able to bend the metal further inside of it. But no more play, so that's good. Another thing fixed. So we'll just have to move on to the next thing, which I think might be the door. I feel like that might be the easier thing. Oh me, where did this go? I'll put it right under the Ford Windstar, even though there's probably only like 6 of them left on the road these days. Oh, what was that? Would you just look at it? Oh, it was a cord to the fan. Gotcha. All right, so, oh my God. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to straighten up a little bit, let the vehicle down. I'm gonna cut y'all off, and I'll check out the door, see what I see what I find. And if it's anything we can do, I'll turn you back on. If there's nothing we can do or whatever, I'll just move on to the radio, see what's going on there. So I've been fiddling with the door, I don't know, maybe 15 minutes while listening to some music. And this is the best I got for the customer. So let me just show you what's wrong. Let me get my hand out of the camera. Can I turn? Well, I can't figure it out right now. But anyway, so this little notch is supposed to be melded. I can't even pull it. This little notch is supposed to be melded with this other rubber piece, and basically every single cable except for one on that door is ripped off, and that's what keeps the cable in place. So when you pull on the handle, this cable pulls out, and it will eventually pull the latch and unlatch the door. Well, the problem is if it can't stay, if the sleeve of the cable can't stay in place, it just pulls nothing essentially. So the best thing I got for the customer is this. Unfortunately, he'll have to open it from the inside. Shoot, I don't even know if I can do this with one hand. But basically to open the left door, he'll have to pull this. Oh, I can do that one with one. I didn't even realize that. And then this side, oh, I got the cables out so he knows which one. See, this one's all broke up too. So he'll have to pull this, and then there's a handle on the inside of the door. And he'll just have to, I mean, unless he really wants to fix it correctly, that's the best I got. I mean, there's nothing, unless somebody in the comments can tell me of a little trick that you can do. I really don't know of a trick. I mean, if you could buy some small needle nose pliers, I mean, like super small to get inside this door. Oh, shoot. Like, see, I mean, this is as much room as you get for my hand. So, I mean, I really don't know what else to do for him unless he really wants to fix it correctly. That's the best I got. But the doors can work, so that's good. A good theft deterrent too, in a way. I mean, even though, you know, it's got glass in it, but I mean, it is what it is. It's all I can do unless he wants to fix it correctly, which if I were to guess, you can't just buy the cables, especially on a vehicle this old. You'll have to buy like the door handle assembly that comes with the cable, and who knows if it comes with the correct ones that you need, or all of them, or just one that goes to it, you know. Like this one door on the left that I showed you, if you get the door handle, I mean, usually door handles don't come with cables, not that I'm aware of, unless a certain brand does. And then this side, you'd have to worry about two cables. So I don't know, that's the best I can do. So now I'm just gonna look at the radio, see if I can find anything. Alright, so I've been trying to diag this radio, and I'm just calling it as far as I believe the radio is just completely dead. I'm not really getting paid to do this. I was just doing this for the fact that this guy's been a good customer, loyal, you know, he's always come to me. And but anyway, kind of just, this is kind of a freebie, this and the door. But I checked the two fuses that are related to the radio on the fuse box, the cabin air box, which is number, on this particular one. Thank goodness he has, well, you know, the old owner kept the manual, because sometimes without an actual manual to the vehicle, it's hard to find the real the fuse layout on a vehicle, unless you have all data with the VIN number or something, and even then sometimes I've seen people have very confusing wire diagrams and stuff. Anyway, I checked both the fuses, and it looked like somebody had actually tried to pull them before. In fact, let me go over here and show you. I think I can show you on one of them. Number 3 is so up under the dash frame, quite a pain. Number 22, which is this guy. Let's see if I can get my little fingers in here. If you can see, it looks like someone's already been in here, and both this one and number 3 that were related to the radio both had little squishy marks on them from a pair of needle nose that you can obviously tell somebody had been in there checking fuses already. I pulled them out, and what I like to do is, do I have a, yeah, I got a fuse. My fuse box is over here. Oh, I forgot I got all this paint stuff on top of it. So I learned this little trick from a guy I like to watch up in New York. So, now of course I only have one hand, but so this one's good, right? But say it looks good, you don't really see anything wrong with it, right? And what you do is you pull on these pins, because sometimes they can rot out over here on the sides. I don't think I've ever experienced that myself. Maybe once, I feel like. But the few people that I watch that are in like more rusty areas, I've noticed that that's kind of a little thing that they do. Anyway, I pulled them out, I checked them, I visually inspected them, I physically inspected them. They were both fine. So since we could actually get to the radio, the plug's right up in this back corner right here. So I was able to fish it out. I looked it all over, as far as I could anyway. I don't see any frayed wiring. Doesn't look like they've been molested by like a little rodent or anything. So, given I don't know the pinout for this vehicle, my hands might tell me, I don't know, but just going off of guesstimation, there's a big old red wire right here, and I tested all the wires with the key off. The only one that actually has power is 12 volt power, is this red one in this corner. And there was one other one that's probably just to keep memory alive. I think it might have been this yellow one right there, or maybe this orange one. But anyway, I checked power front to the back, and it's getting power. And I've visually inspected. I don't see any crusties. I don't see where it's burnt up. It's not loose. The wire's not loose inside the harness. So I'm just deeming this radio completely dead. I've never seen one actually just die though. I have seen where the screen will go halfway out and act funny. Seen the CD players go bad. The knobs not work correctly. But I've never seen one actually go completely dead. But yeah, so that's that. I'm just going to deem it dead, and we are done with this vehicle. That is the end of this for right now. One thing I will say though is, in an effort to, let me flip this phone around. So that ball joint that's loose, I ended up putting a lot of grease in it. I pushed a bunch of old grease out, stuff that looked like it was almost had like water intrusion and mixed to it. Pushed all the old grease out and ended up getting a lot of the slack out of it, but it still has a little bit of play. I don't know. I've never been an inspector because I know how finicky the state can be with that, and they can come down on you hard. Honestly though, if I was inspecting it and saw that, I would let it pass. But would it pass? I don't know. I tell a lot of my customers is that all the inspectors are different. some can be real pain in the butt. Some of them will let you slide, especially if you know them, type of thing. Is what it is. But I mean, it just has a slight bit of play. Would it fail technically? Probably. But like I said, filling that boot up with grease really took a lot of that play, even though it wasn't too much of it, not like the passenger side that we got rid of with tightening the wheel bearing. But it was definitely a little play over on that driver's side, and greasing that ball joint up was pretty good work for it. But like I said, it still needs a little bit. It still has a little bit. Sorry, there's neighbors riding his dirt bike. So yeah, that's that. I'm gonna call and let the customer know about the battery, the doors, everything we've done today. Let him know about that ball joint. See what he wants to do, and because he's got to get tires, he's got to get this thing. Does he got to get it inspected? I feel like I got something in my eye. Yeah, he needs to get it inspected. I mean, technically, I think where we are, you got a three or 4 month leeway, and he's at the 3 month mark, or about to be at the 3 month, be in March. It's due in well, you know, it was due back in December last year. But anyway, he's got a lot of other stuff he needs. I accidentally fat fingered the screen and turned the camera off, but I was just blabbering anyway. So we're done with this. I'm gonna let the customer know all that we did, let them know about the ball joint and the radio. And there's really nothing else. And then there's that seal, but he saw that seal when he came and picked up the water tank for the rear end. Other than that, we're done here. I got a couple little jobs in the next couple days. They're just oil change, tire rotations, so I'm not going to record them. No sense in it. But the next decent job I'll have probably next week, the beginning of next week, is a guy that has a Honda Odyssey that needs valve covers, and the VVT solenoids are leaking. So we might as well, or at least one of them are. We'll go ahead and replace both of them anyway, since we're doing valve cover gaskets. But thank you for watching, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Well, I took it for a test run. It drives fine and everything, but I started smelling something. I'm like, man, that smells familiar. I just can't place it. Then it hit me. So we got a locked up caliper. Stay tuned for part 2, I guess. Alright. I had a job that was supposed to be this morning, but the guy called and said that oh, that's right, I forget. I'm using the mic. And by the way, I noticed also that it seemed like it was a little too close, a little too loud, so it's actually really warm today, really nice. So I don't have to wear a bunch of clothes, but also I didn't have anywhere to really hang the mic. So I'm gonna have to try to remember not to talk loud like a buffoon, like I'm trying to talk to someone at a concert or something. But we are now figuring out. I was a bit ambitious. I went and got a caliper without putting this on the rack and testing it. So that's what we're doing right now to see if, and I had to go to the store anyway to get parts for 3 other jobs, and I had to get some chemicals. By the way, if anybody knows of a nice company, I buy a brake cleaner on Amazon for decent price, a box of them. If anybody has a go-to cheaper route than buying at the regular brick and mortar, I do use a company account, but I don't even know if you get any discounts on chemicals like that or anything unless it's on sale. But usually I stock maybe 1 or 2 of like throttle body cleaner, MAF cleaner, stuff like that. But the brake clean stuff, I just buy a whole case of it on the internet. But So what I've done so far, I forgot to set y'all up so y'all could see what was going on, but I took the caliper off. Try compressing it first just by itself, and the sucky part is it gets stuck right at the very end, and when it gets past, I don't even know, barely a quarter of an inch, it's fine. But since it has these pads on it, it's stuck at the almost basically from being fully seated in to, like I said, about quarter of an inch out, and then it actually frees up and it works perfectly fine. But with new pads on it, it's not feasible. So what we're doing right now, let me get y'all close so y'all can see. Drop y'all down a little bit so y'all can get a better view. And then try to put y'all in a spot where I'm not going to knock y'all around or touch elbows. But so what I've done here is I first tested to see if the caliper is bad or if the soft line has a collapsed part in it somewhere. So like I said, what I did first was I compressed it by itself. It was still hard. I hit the brake a little bit to draw the piston back out, and now we're testing to see if it's the line of the caliper. I have cracked the bleeder nipple, bleeder screw, whatever you want to call it, and it is still hard to compress. I don't know if you can see the fluid actually pushing through, but it's just too much. It should be easy. Like a 7-year-old should be able to crank this thing down with the bleeder screw open. So we have deemed that it is in fact the caliper and not the hose, thank goodness. I should get into a habit of just replacing the hose regardless, but sometimes the connection where the soft line connects to the hard line is so rusted up, and if it doesn't need it, it doesn't need it too. That's another thing is I hate having to do something for a customer and they don't even need it. I'm trying to push this out of the way because we won't need it till later when we need to bleed the brake. So we know that it is the caliper. Good, grand, great, wonderful. We got one. Oh my, the mic's about to fall off. See, that's the worst part. I see people on YouTube use, it looks almost like the same mic, but it could be a completely different company. I mean, I'm sure, just like anything else, people will copy designs. So hopefully, where I got the mic is good. So, what else? Anything really? I disconnected where it anchors to the axle just to give us a lot more space and room. I looked in my Haynes manual to see just how much torque that you need to use to crush the washers on the banjo bolt. I swear, if it's in the Haynes manual, I couldn't find it. A lot of times I don't even actually torque them per se. I just give them a few ugga duggas. That usually works. If it's still leaking, just tighten it a little more. Okay. I actually do need that. I'll move this out the way. a little cheap homemade bleeder thing. So let's see what we'll do. What will we do? Sometimes I crimp the soft line with my own little setup. No, I do not use like the actual metal pliers to the rubber. I'll show you. I have a pair of needle nose that I just got this rubber hose on that I can just take off if I actually need to use the channel locks for some of the vice grips, but that's what I use a lot of times. They make actual ones for that, but if you're in a bind, you can use that. What I think I might do is I will compress the brake caliper as far as I can. Because what I don't want is a lot of air to get into the system. And then we're dealing with a whole other issue. Well, I'd like to. I don't know if I can. Oh my goodness. The seat was hard to move. I'm just going to use a big crowbar, push the brake down, and use the driver's seat. Oh, well, I say that. I have to actually climb in this thing. Can I make it without falling or dying? Oh, me. Okay. That might be too far back. Oh no, you got my boot. Yeah, now we're too far back. Alright, let's see if that works. Oh, come on, man. Okay. That'll do. That'll do. Alright. I know everyone's got their own way of doing things. Some people might not like doing that little strategy, but I've done it quite a bit. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to crack the bleeder screw. Since we got the brake pedal compressed all the way down, that should let the pressure off. I didn't hear the crowbar fall, so we must still be pretty tight on the brake pedal. Now we need to find what size this banjo bolt is. I think I'm just going to go grab the impact and ream it off. Let's see. What do y'all guys think it is? Knowing Ford, it's probably a standard, but we're using metric. As long as it's not going to ream it all or ream the head. What do y'all guys think? Like a 14? Maybe a 15? I'm absolutely terrible with measurements and distances and sizes. Oh, it's actually a 14. It's real snug too. But let's double check. Let's double check. All right, walk with me this time. Walk with me. I don't know if anybody watching is a wrestling fan, but Elimination Chamber is this evening, tonight. I'd love to watch it. I'd love to watch a lot more wrestling. But WWE and TKO have made it, have basically priced out any normal, regular fan or person to even physically go and see a match or to even watch. Like I was paying the biggest Peacock subscription because there was a lot of things on there. Well, there was quite a bit of things on there that I eventually ended up watching before I got rid of it. Now I got Netflix. I got the cheapest one, and I already have other subscriptions. But we'll just take it all with us. Screw it. No sense in walking back and forth. Get y'all back just a little bit. So the ESPN Plus is like $30, I think, to be able to watch the wrestling. I mean, I just don't understand, honestly. Like, who has all this money to spend on subscription services? Now, what in the world could I do? Oh, right at my feet, y'all. If it was a snake, it would have bit me. And good. Alright. The new banjo bolt they gave us is the same size. So yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to watch the Elimination Chamber. Although it's not like one of my top favorites, but I do really like those pay-per-views. So I saw last night. What is that? My cousin texted me. What did he text me? Jay Uso got beat up, basically. Trying to position this caliper so we're on top of the drain so I don't get a big mess everywhere. And that's what I said, guys. Like, just a few Ugga Duggas usually just tightens them up. So, I mean, do what your heart desires. If you feel like you need to torque it, go for it. Like I said, I couldn't find the torque specs even in the Haynes manual I got. So, we're just not going to do it like that. Trying to not make a mess. Here, let's just go ahead and we got the piston almost completely compressed, so I'm not really worried about compressing it to get all this out. Be kind to your parts, guys. Even though I know how it is. I don't know if anybody watched Parks and Rec with Ron Swanson. He goes into a Home Depot, and a guy wants to. He's like, "Can I help you, sir?" or something like that. And Ron goes something along the lines of, "I know more than you," and just walks away. And that's how I feel a lot of times. But you know, people have jobs for all types of reasons. Maybe the pay is good. Maybe they just like it. Not saying that maybe some of these people shouldn't be doing the jobs as far as their skill level, but you know, they just got a job to do, and they're trying to help. Although I feel just like Ron a lot of times. But anyway, my point getting at is I went and took the rubber seal out of the new caliper where the banjo bolt goes, and I'm put it in the old one just so the box doesn't get all messy and whatnot. And I hear a lot of times from them that they people just don't care. Man. All right, let me get a little hammer, see if I can whack that banjo bolt out. And we'll just throw it in the box with the not sure how to do this. I guess we can knock it like this. Try to use the I don't know if we're getting caught on anything. There we go. I think it was that washer. I had a feeling it was. Be careful. Don't get brake fluid on your pads or your rotor. Got all types of stuff going on. Yeah, get this stuff out of my hands. I've had a busy week, guys. Quite a busy week. I'm a little tired, but I mean, there's plenty of people. They got harder jobs, work more, and I'm not trying to compare. Just trying to say that, I'm tired, boss. I'm tired. All right, let's get the new caliper. Oh man, that's right. What in the world? Look at this. Boot. All types of funny. Does it just need to be flipped? Let's double check to make sure that this is the same. So usually the bleeder screws are relatively always the same size. Let's see, this is really. Oh, sorry, I'm on the mic. Good Lord, did not need to be that tight. In my humble opinion, I'll just throw the old bolts in it. I'll be honest, guys, I really don't feel like replacing this caliper. But, oh, we will. We will do the right thing, not be lazy. Man, I can't believe these slide pin bolts are this hard to get out. So it's Saturday, guys. I'm probably gonna finish up. Oh, after this, I'll finish up the videos and post it this evening. I was gonna post what I had left so far last night, but I was charging a bunch of equipment and didn't have a charger, and I couldn't charge my phone up till later, and then I was just like, screw it. I'm tired. Wow, look at this. I mean, sure, they cleaned the rust off of it, but man, kind of looks like clay or like a meteor or something. What am I doing? Oh, crack the computer open. I noticed, well, a lot of times these covers for the bleeder are gone, and they have these generic ones like this, which is nice, I guess. I was thinking about maybe using the original one, but the worst part with these is trying to, when you try to get like wrenches on them and stuff. But, don't know. Let's see. Now, I don't know if I explained it, but the reason why you pinch the hose or you put the brake pedal all the way down, which sometimes can bite you. Don't get it twisted, because you're pushing the, yeah, that'll stay on. Actually, I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to throw this old one back in there. We'll use the original one. A lot of times they're missing. That's what I was getting at one point, but then I believe I got sidetracked. But sometimes doing what I did as far as the brake pedal is you extend the caliper, the master cylinder so much piston in there, and it can, especially if it's got an old seal or hasn't worked in a while, can damage it and whatnot. Man, that seal is just weird, but I mean, it's good. It's just weird. Usually they lube these pins. I can hear it. It's got lube in it. I can see it coming out on my fingers. Let's hook the hose up to the caliper, and that way we can take the crowbar off the brake pedal. And let's see, we'll put these on the correct way. Flat end goes towards the surface you're sealing on. Of course, it's angled all types of ways and weird. How may I help you?
Oh, you didn't hear me call you?
No.
Well, I'm on my way. Pop wanted to go, but I guess he won't. Tony just peed.
What?
Huh?
I said what?
I said he was going with you, but I guess you down here, so he'll have to stay there. Tony peed just now, so maybe in 45 minutes you might have to let him pee. I don't know if I can make 2 runs tonight.
All right, a little sidetrack there. Okay, let's hit it with the Ugga Dugga a little bit. As you saw, it did not take much to crack it. So, and you definitely don't want to strip it. I think like Chevy Express vans and stuff like that, and the Tahoes and Suburbans and stuff, I want to say the front banjo bolt is like 30 or somewhere around 30, 36 foot-pounds, something like that. Just making sure we got the right orientation, because once when we clamp down and of course it goes under the leaf spring. Just making sure though that we got everything going on right. We weren't on the bolt. All right. We'll let that sit and ride. And the bleeder screw is open. Let's see if I can orient. Yeah, there we go. I like that. I like that a lot. I like it. I like it. All right, let me take the crowbar off the brake pedal. So now, hopefully, at some point, we're gonna gravity feed it. In fact, if I can actually just put it down, that might work quite a bit better too. The problem is it's not gonna. There we go. But I might not have enough room to do what I need to do. Set it like this. Set it up. It's lower. We're basically gravity feeding this. Make sure we're not bending the hard line too much. We're gravity feeding it, so when we go to bleed it, it shouldn't be that hard. In fact, now we gotta find out what size these are. And of course, in fashion, don't know why we can't configure. Yeah, see, that's why I knew I was gonna rub up against stuff. Here, if I put it too close. Okay, how about that? A little bit more out the way instead of dead center on my chest. Don't know why they can't make these things so you can just zip them off with an impact. I mean, you can get to the bottom one. Oh, can you see it? I'm gonna have to tilt y'all down. There we go. Didn't take long at all. We'll still have to bleed it because it's not going to fill the whole caliper until you actually put some pressure to it. I really would like to get one of them air compressed bleeder sets. Sometimes I use the method that we just did, but in fact, I probably can't even show the bleeding process. But bleeding a caliper is a pretty generic, normal thing. I'll just show getting all this together because I'm gonna have to go and basically have to take care of my dad, watch him. He's got a disability, can't be left alone. I don't know if y'all even have a good spot. I was trying to get y'all to. Yeah, that's decent. So I don't know if you can see these pads. And this was, the side that was smoking. Kind of got a little bit of a glaze. Oh, almost fell. Yeah, you can see here on this one a lot worse. Maybe because it's on the piston side. Well, we didn't drive it very far. And I mean, literally didn't drive it far. Like 5 minutes away and back. That little route, I think I've taken y'all on that Hyundai. Try to find somewhere for that. Let's see. I know. Gotta do all this stupid stuff again. Ooh, spooky. Spooky dooky. Let's go ahead and just get all this stuff off. It's got grease and stuff on it. Don't feel like being greasy today. We got all new hardware. We'll just use what came with it. I don't know why I'm not gonna throw it in the scrap pile though. This little stuff ain't gonna amount to nothing. Alright guys, what is y'all's thoughts on what size that is? I'm grabbing a 22. Way too big, alright? I'll grab a 19 and a 20. 20's too big. It's probably 18. Here we go. 18. Lucky number 18. Yeah, see, I can't even get to this one. Let me see. Do I have... There's a lot of miscellaneous, just little tools I need, like a 5.5 millimeter for those odd little trim bolts and just random stuff. When I think about it, I could use a swivel impact, but I really don't want to break these. I've seen, well, not this brand particularly, but I have seen them break. What to do? Usually I just use 2 wrenches, but guess what? One of the random tools I mentioned I need to just make a list of and buy is an 18 millimeter wrench. Man, I really don't want to break this thing. I don't know. Let's see. Let's see how hard they are first. How about that? Yeah, I need an 18 mil wrench. Bad. This little guy from Pittsburgh, I bought this. I believe it was when they just started making them. This thing, I had never had to replace it. It has been a hammer. It has been a pry bar. I have... Good Lord Almighty. I think I'm going to have to move y'all. Got to get on this side. Use my strong hand. My strong side. At least we'll try anyway. But this thing has been a beast. Watch it break today, right now. Had me there at the beginning. I don't know if this caliper bracket's ever been off. Man, the top one's gonna be fun. I know. I wish I could use you. I don't even have enough room with this, I don't think. Oh, barely. I don't know if y'all are into video games, but Resident Evil 9 Requiem came out yesterday. Yeah, this little swivel thing is... Oh, that's just the bolt, guys. Don't worry. Yeah, I know. You should leave both of them in. Do you lose them? Yes. You're right. So Requiem came out. Oh, man. Guys, we almost made a boo-boo. Always be... Sorry. Always be careful and mindful if that happens to you. Yeah, maybe I can sit y'all on this side so y'all can see what's going on. But then the stupid light's in the way. I had already swapped sides for the light. It happens to me ever so often, but always be mindful. If you don't have enough room on the back of the wrench, I tell you, I've been in some painful situations because I didn't pay attention and got it stuck and have to do all types of crazy stuff. Well. Trying to think of something I can use. I do have... Oh, I do have a short. I don't know how. Oh yeah. I need to work on getting a bunch more short normal size sockets for a 1/2 inch. Don't have too many. Well, the ones I have in my toolbox. Yeah, see, look at that, guys. Luckily, I got enough room to. But this is exactly what I'm talking about. I thought I could move this thing out the way. That's why I didn't worry about it at first. But we got plenty of room to actually hit the switch. There we go. What a pain in the butt. If I only had a wrench the size I need. Let me take the bottom one off. See if I got anything standard that's close enough without reaming this poor guy. Man, why can't we all just get on the same page? One size tool, or one set of tools for everything. 3/4 is gonna be our closest thing. It's not too loose. That's where I'm getting all the grease. I'm sitting here thinking, like, why? Where's all this grease on me coming from? All right, that is done. Throw this old nasty whirly bird in with the caliper. Man, this thing actually wasn't that bad. It's just old and rusty color. Oh well. Like I said, customer's paying for the thing. You get it, you might as well replace it. If it was my car, yeah, you bet your bottom dollar I wouldn't have replaced the bracket. I would have thrown it back in with the new box and called it a day. By the way, this brake caliper is rebuilt. And I meant to show y'all, it actually has the Ford symbol in it. So it is a rebuilt OE brake caliper from wherever, which it says that on the receipt, but CarQuest box, which I mean, that was like the brake pads. So anyway, the core is $60. The caliper and bracket is $69.98. So I mean, you're basically almost getting half of it back. I really don't understand, don't really hear it too much. Well, maybe on bigger shops when they get lost, or sometimes you have worker bees that will take things that aren't theirs, like the scrap metal and stuff. When I worked at the dealership, everyone was friendly and whatnot. But I've seen and heard that before of things going missing, especially tools and whatnot. Okay, let's see. Can we actually? Let me go short. Am I going the right way? No. Always get myself confused about that too. I'd love to have me a ratcheting one. I have some ratcheting ones, but it only goes up to, I think the biggest one I have is a 17, and then the next one is like a 22 or something. I bought it because I had some odd job I needed to do. And the sheet metal on the body really doesn't feel good. I'm actually going to pull it towards y'all. Unless you want to grab it. You want to grab it? Help me out? That'd be great. I'm not a right-hand person. Oh, I can hear it now. You need to torque them. You need to put Loctite on it. Yeah. If it makes you feel better, I'll just tell you later. I'm going to go back and torque them. I'm going to take the bolts back off. I'm going to put Loctite on them. Does that make you feel better? I know that's what you should do. But I'll be quite honest with you. I have done countless brake jobs. Done the exact same way on the caliper. bracket. Not a one has come off or anything. Sometimes I have, I take that back. Sometimes I have actually put some more Loctite on it. Cleaning them from being, oh, look how nice and tight that is. Nice. Yeah, and these shims are a little long too. Hmm. Did they seriously? That one goes. He seriously gave me two of the same size. All right, let's see. I believe this is the one we need. So I'll show you in a second. Let me just make sure. Yep. Come on, guys. Be more vigilant in what you're doing. So there's a groove. Can you see it? Yeah. There's a groove that this fits in, and well, the top bracket part for the slide for the brake pads is in a different spot. So this one will go down on the bottom one. This is where the pad slides on, and it's over here. But up top, it's actually more over here. Because if you'll see, well, yeah, I guess you can't see because I got it on now, but the bottom, like this side, has a longer this section. This is a short one, and then when you flip it up over here, it's supposed to be short over here, long over here. So kind of a stupid design. I mean, you know, whatever. It's just could be just made more simple, and then people wouldn't be able to give you two of the wrong shims, type of thing. In fact, maybe I should go ahead and reuse the same springs because they've been on here. Maybe they've weakened up or something. Same company that made the pads. Oh yeah, that's a lot easier. They're not worn out or anything, guys. Don't worry. It's not that big of a deal. I'm just using it so I don't have to fight them. What am I doing? We need the brake pads. All right. All right. Get a screwdriver to bend that tab. The pad slides on. Alright, let's get this side on. I'm gonna have to really push this shim. There we go. Well, I went on some rant. Don't know how we got lost, but anyway, I was talking about the Resident Evil 9 Requiem coming out. Supposedly it's selling out in a lot of places and for hard copies. I've watched quite a bit of gameplay last night and a little this morning, and it looks really good. If you're into horror and whatnot. What is this? Do I need to be pressed down? We're going down. Do I need to try this tab? Here, let's see if we can fit you. Yeah, no, I thought that was the problem. It was you. It was you all along. Okay. There we go. Alright. Alright, we're back. We're rolling. Once when I put the caliper on, I'll have to just end the video. Like I said, I got to take care of watch my dad, and really no point in showing brake bleed. There's plenty of videos out there. Oh no, don't fall. And I'm sure you've either had to do it before or know how to do it yourself anyway. You son of a gun. You dirty son of a gun. I'll have to come back later and bleed the brakes. I would really like to know is, what's the easiest way to put these stupid springs in? Okay, we got the top ones in, boys. Ladies and gentlemen. Use the term boys generically. Oh, of course, this bottom one just like slid in. Make sure I'm in my little hole here. Alright, guys, that's that. We need that. I actually need to keep that there. Where did I get this up? Oh, okay. That's for that 10mm bolt. We don't need this anymore. Going the wrong way on the C-clamp. Alright, so this little guy. Let's not forget, guys. We gotta put this one stupid bolt in first. Don't twist your brake line up. I had a vehicle fail inspection because I had that happen to me once. I understand. And I wasn't completely pissed. I was just, it wasn't even really that big of a like bend or twist. Which I was like, whatever, bro. But then again, like we were talking earlier, everyone's got a job. Get a gerb. Get a gerb. Okay, I was about to say something, right? Hello? Can we, there we go. That's what we want. It's provocative. It gets the people going. Okay. I wonder if we'll have such a problem on this bottom one like we did. There we go. My hands are a little slippery. I'll just leave all my tools for when I come back. So, let me know in the comments, guys, what y'all got going on this weekend. Y'all excited about any of the stuff I mentioned? If not, that's fine. We all have our likes, and our passions, and our hobbies. What do you got going on this weekend? I know the world is big and no one's dealing with the exact same weather, but seems to be a good Saturday so far to be out and enjoy yourself. Sorry, I was looking at that leaf spring shackle. I wasn't sure how rusty it was. I noticed earlier, well, not earlier, but the other day, kept talking about the guy in New York that I like to watch on YouTube. Couldn't think of it at the time, but his YouTube channel is South Main Auto. He is up in New York. Great, knowledgeable, funny guy. Knows a lot more than I do, more than I'll know, more than likely. But, here, let me set you up. Get you a little higher. So that's that. We replaced the caliper and the bracket, unfortunately. Even though I didn't feel like going through it. Feel slow today. Like I said, I'm tired, but got that done. Later, I'm going to come back and bleed the air out the system. Take it for another test drive, and hopefully everything is fine with this vehicle now. So thank you for watching, and hit the like button, subscribe, whatever they do. I heard there's a hype button. I've never seen it. It's somewhere, I guess. Twitch has some new thing where you can, I don't know what it is. I forget what it was. I saw it yesterday for the first time. But anyway, thank you for watching.